Hello everyone. Do you love shipping container homes? If you are planning on fabricating one, this video brings to you the top 5 low maintenance floor finishes for shipping container homes and buildings. Stay tuned to find out more. Good, welcome back. Finishing the floor of a shipping container house can be one of the biggest challenges of converting a shipping container into a habitable home. While containers come fitted with 1-inch hardwood plywood floors, they aren't generally designed for human habitation without modification. The following floor finishes can be used to make your shipping container house homely. Number 1. The original plywood floor. The biggest concern about the original plywood flooring in shipping containers is the chemicals and pesticides used to treat the wooden floor. They are typically made from 1-inch tropical hardwood marine plywood, which unfortunately is highly susceptible to attack by pests and insects. The wooden floors are treated with pesticides to stop insects and pests from damaging the produce transported inside the containers. The pesticides might not be hazardous to the goods being transported, but may be harmful to humans. The main concern with keeping the original plywood flooring is the hazardous fumes oozing from the pesticides used to treat the plywood. Over the years, the potency of most of these pesticides used on the floor of shipping containers has been greatly reduced. However, there is need to clean and cleanse the floors thoroughly for use as container homes. The most appropriate way is to first sand the floors and clean them dry. Always put on the protective gear to protect your health. For a more effective moisture vapor barrier, apply an epoxy flooring. An epoxy floor cover will act as a non-porous sealant to help limit the vapors oozing from the pesticides. An epoxy floor finish is smooth, shiny, and non-porous for easy cleaning and low maintenance. The second floor type you can use that is low maintenance is poured concrete floor. If you live in very cold climates and are planning to use an underfloor heating to keep your container house warm, then a poured concrete floor will be an ideal floor type for you. First, clean the floor of the original container you are using and cover the entire floor with a heavy gauge polythene sheet insulation to act as a water barrier and a vapor barrier, in addition to providing an non-porous layer to limit the vapors oozing from the pesticides in the plywood floor. Cover the entire floor with Y8 steel rebars tied at 300 mm cross boxes. Weld the rebars on the container walls along the perimeter of the container to hold the steel in place before casting. Be careful not to puncture the polythene sheeting when laying the rebar. Pour a 100 mm thick concrete slab on the entire floor. Polish the concrete and leave it to dry. You can add colored dyes and oxides to your concrete depending on your preference. Remember to do proper curing to allow the slab to gain the required strength. The third floor type you can use is a laminated floor. Laminated flooring in a shipping container house is a good modern water resistance low maintenance floor finish you can use in your container house. Clean the original plywood floor and allow it to dry. Cover the entire floor with a heavy gauge polythene sheet insulation, which will act as a good water and moisture barrier. In addition, it provides an non-porous layer to help limit the vapors oozing from the pesticides that were used in the plywood floor. Put an underlayment on top of the polythene sheeting before laying the laminates. The underlayment acts as an extra layer to effectively keep the moisture out. In addition, the underlayment offers the required padding to help flatten the floor in case it wasn't done even. If your floor has uneven spots, the laminate flooring may shift by making squeaking noises as you walk over it. Lay your laminates from the center outwards, starting from the extreme, and move towards the opening or the entrance. Cover the rough edges between the floor and the wall with a laminated skirting of your choice. Laminated flooring can be used as a good low-cost alternative to timber or a wooden floor. Number 4, you can consider using a tiled floor. A tiled floor in a shipping container house is a good modern water resistance low maintenance finish you can use on your floor of your shipping container house. First, clean and dry the original floor on your shipping containers. Secondly, cover the entire floor with a 1-inch polythene sheet insulation, which will act as a water barrier and a vapor barrier in addition to providing an unporous layer to help limit the vapors oozing from the pesticides in the plywood floor. If you've noticed in this presentation, we've encouraged you to use a polythene sheet insulation in almost all the techniques you are going to use to make the floor of your shipping container house. The reason why we are encouraging you to use this polythene sheeting is because it is low cost and it gives you effective results. Once you have laid the entire floor with an unporous layer of a polythene sheeting, feel free to cover the entire floor with OSB boards on top of the polythene sheet insulation. You can use 3-inch wood screws to secure the OSB and the sheet insulation to the original plywood floor. Apply a tile adhesive on the OSB board and lay your tiles. Lay your tiles from the center outwards, starting from the extreme end, and move towards the opening and the entrance. You can cover the rough edges between the floor and the wall with a skirting material of your choice, or you can use the tiles to also create a nice and aesthetically appealing skirting around the floor of your shipping container house. Tiles come in a wide variety of colors and patterns and even sizes, so feel free to choose what is appropriate for your container house. Last but not least, the 5th type of floor finish you can use is a steel overlay. Installing a steel sheet over the top of an existing wood floor is one of the easiest alternative floor modifications of any container house. The steel overlay panels are continuously welded at the edges and the seams of your shipping container to cover the entire floor. To achieve the best welding results, you are advised to use a certified welder or at least someone with a considerable experience because you need a quality weld that is not only strong but also watertight. If you are using second-hand containers, select good quality containers without any significant damage or rust. You will need to clean the entire container and spray it inside and out with a layer of anti-corrosive paint if a plain sheet of steel is used, an additional floor cover can be used to cover the top. Some materials you can explore include a PVC tiles or a PVC sheet overlay. However, a checkered plate steel lining can be used for a good grip floor finish. So, did you find our presentation informative enough to help you install the floor in your new container house? Let us know by posting in the comments below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and feel free to share it. Remember to subscribe to our channel for updates on our weekly videos on amazing design ideas using shipping containers. Thank you for your time and see you in the next video.